I literally have been awake since 5 in the morning, and I also haven't been home since like 7 this morning. So it's the middle of the night, which is why I'm using my room light, which always creates shadows under my eyes and glasses and all that stuff. So yeah, just I hope that doesn't bother anyone. I haven't done a recent reads video in a while. Yeah, let's just no excuses, let's just get on with this video. The first book that I will be talking about is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Now this, I'm sure you have heard of it from all over everywhere. It's a modern classic, but if you don't already know, this book is about a guy whose name is Guy, and he is a fireman. Now, a fireman in this universe actually goes into people's houses and burn down their books, because books is illegal in this universe. Now, one night, Guy meets this young girl, and they start to talking, and then all of a sudden she disappears, and his meeting with this girl kind of plays on his mind a little bit. He starts to kind of question his job and what they do, and basically his life. As the story goes on, Guy is requested to go into someone's house to burn down their books, and when he's there, he actually goes out and takes some of the books home with him. I really enjoyed the writing style within this book. However, I did listen to half of it on audio, and I think I enjoyed that a little bit more. But I do appreciate the discussions that were brought up within this book. I don't think it's a favorite classic for me. I do find myself being kind of creeped out whenever I think about this universe and this story, and especially the authorities that are in this book. They kind of creep me out. 3 out of 5 stars for me. The next book that I picked up was Sleeping Murder by Agatha Christie. Now, I think this is the second Agatha Christie book that I picked up. The first one was last year, I read And Then There Were None. I didn't enjoy that quite as much as I thought I would. So I decided to pick up another one of her books because I have heard so many great things about her as an author. This one, again, I didn't enjoy quite as much. So basically, it's about this woman who moves into this house, and she starts getting dreams and kind of feelings about something bad that happened in that house. And she keeps thinking like it's a memory that she's lived there before or something like that. So she gets Miss Marple, who is another character, and it's all in a series of like Agatha Christie books, and she tries to exorcise the house. I can't really say any more because, to be honest, I can't remember, but yeah, I didn't enjoy it quite as much, so I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The next book I picked up was I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. I'm sure you guys have heard me rave on and on about this book, so I will try and keep it short in this. I did do a full book review on this over on my blog, so I will link that down below. Yeah, this book is... Honestly, I have never read a book where I enjoyed reading about every single character. The main character is Cassandra, and I think she's such a wonderful character because I relate to her so much, not in circumstances wise, not in like story wise, but in the way that she thinks. I relate to like her emotionally and just what goes on in her head. Anyway, I've gushed about this book enough. I really don't want to make you guys sit through that, but 5 out of 5 stars from me. The next book I picked up was The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I actually listened to half of this on audio, and it took me quite a long time to read it because it may seem like it's not that big, but the pages are really thin and the font is tiny. So I think because I read it in such a long span of time where I kind of put it down and then picked it back up, put it down and then listened to it and all that stuff. I don't really know how to make a full review because I don't know. I did enjoy it, but I don't know if I enjoy it as much as everyone else did. So to give you guys a little bit of a synopsis, this book is about a group of classic students who commit murder. Within the first page you are told that they killed someone and you know that it's them that killed this person. So the whole book is not a whodunit but a whydunit. And I found that premise so interesting, and the characters in this book are so interestingly horrible and charismatic at the same time. I did really enjoy it towards the end because you get to really understand the characters and you get to understand why they are doing all of the stuff that they do, and why they act the way they act. And it left me on a weird note towards the end, but I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The last book that I will be reviewing for you guys today is Confessions of a Murder Suspect by James Patterson and Maxine Pietro. I don't know if I said that name right, but yeah. So this book is a crime thriller novel. This book is about a wealthy family who own like a big company, corporation type deal, and they live in this kind of hotel apartment type thing. I don't know, the way they were describing it reminded me of where Serena and her family from Gossip Girl lives, where it's like a hotel but they live on like the top floor, so they get like the whole floor. That's their house. I didn't know that things like that existed. I don't know if they exist in Australia or not, but maybe I don't even have enough money to know that those things exist. Anyway, so they have 4 or 5 children. I can't, no, four children, and these children are basically geniuses. They are kept within their own kind of house. They are homeschooled. They're not really allowed to socialize in the outside world because their parents are kind of scared that they will become stupid or something. Within the first page, the main character, the girl, she wakes up to sirens, and she finds out that her parents were murdered in their bed. And so the whole story is about trying to find out who killed their parents. So the characters in this book I found were super over the top, the way they spoke, their characteristics and all that stuff, especially the main character. The main character is the only daughter of this wealthy couple, and her name is Tandy. Her name is Tandoori. And she is kind of supposed to be not your average girl. Now, the only reason why I didn't put this book down immediately as soon as I heard that is because the more you read on, the more you realize that these kids haven't really interacted with the outside world since they were born. So they don't know what teenagers are supposed to act like, what teenagers talk about, and how teenagers speak, and all that stuff. So it kind of makes sense for me that she is, you know, kind of a brainiac and a know-it-all, and she talks a little bit pretentiously, but at the same time very childlike, because she doesn't know what it's like to act as a normal teenage girl. So I didn't mind that aspect of it, but again, if you were looking to get something more out of this book, you probably won't, and you will probably hate it. But because I knew that it wasn't going to be anything spectacular, Not to say that he's not a spectacular writer, because I know that he has a lot of books out and this is the first book I've read by him. It was fun. It was a fun read. Anyway, I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. So that is all from me today. Please let me know what are some of the books that you have been reading lately. And yeah,